So Juan Ramos here.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Letter from the Producer Live in the fabulous Las Vegas. It's been a great show so far, so I'm sure it's going to continue to be a great show. We have some exciting stuff for you all. We've been gathering questions from our forum pertaining to Patch 3.4 and a little bit beyond that, and Yoshida will be here to answer those and maybe let a few things slip here and there, as he always seems to do. Don't tell the PR people, it's fine. So if I can help you guys, help me welcome to the stage the producer and director of Final Fantasy XIV, Mr. Naoki Yoshida. And of course, joining us is the amazing Mr. Michael Christopher Koji Fox. Come on out.
Oh, nice t-shirt.
Yeah.
You guys didn't plan that, right? That was all spur of the moment?
Spur of the moment.
Perfect. So yeah, like I was telling everyone here, we have some great questions from our forum. We've gathered them from around the world, not just North America, but also Japan and Europe as well. So we'll be asking Yoshida nicely these questions. So without further ado, should we get started?
All right.
Ready?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Question number one.
あ、もうそう言っちゃうんだ。プロデュースされたライブだけは、有料視聴じゃない、世界中のプレイヤーが無料で見れるので、とりあえずちゃんと日本語でも説明しておきたいので。
Okay. So we're going to start off by saying that unlike the rest of the fan festival, where the stream that everyone was watching had to be paid for, the producer from the Letter Live is going to be free. So there's a lot of players that haven't been watching what's been going on so far that are able to tune in today.
で今日は、プロデューサーレターライブの出張ラスベガス版ということで、北米のコミュニティを中心に集めた質問にパチ 3.4 を振り返って、回答していくのがメインになります。
All right, and so the main topic for this traveling letter from the producer live in Las Vegas is going to be questions that the community team gathered mostly from North America, some from Europe as well, regarding patch 3.4.
ただ紙はあるんで、なんか出るかもね。
You have some paper with some interesting. Oh, whoa! Turn that over.
Not yet.
よし、いいよ。
Okay.
All right.
Now
We're ready.
Okay. Save those papers for later. Alexander's finale was borderline breathtaking, both in regards to the fights and the story conclusion. Is there anything you learned in the process of creating the Alexander raids that you wish you knew when you started, especially since the story of the earlier installments was not that well received?
All right. 飛行場アレクサンダー天道編のラストは戦闘もストーリーも素晴らしかったです。特に時間停止やタイムゲートの演出には鳥肌が立ちました。開発の際に苦労した点など裏話的なエピソードがあれば教えてください。
まあ飛行場アレキサンダーシリーズは、まあ、大迷宮バハムートが、新生編まで完結した後、新しいレイドとして始まったんですけど、
So, as everyone knows, the Alexander series has began after we finished the Bahamut series.
割とこう時間を扱ったストーリーだったので、まあ、世界中から割とこうバハムートで上がったテンションが一回こう下がったみたいなことを言われてたので、
And because the main theme in the Alexander battles was time, a lot of that excitement that was built up with Bahamut kind of dropped a little bit.
なのでやっぱりレイドのフィナーレにふさわしいシナリオと、やっぱりシナリオだけじゃなくて、例えばアレキサンダーが時間を停止する能力を持ってるんであれば、バトルの中でも時間を停止しなければゲーム体験にならないっていうふうにシナリオチームもバトルセクションもモンスターセクションもみんなそう考えて、まあものすごい苦労したんですけど、なんとかストーリーとちゃんと体験が噛み合ったコンテンツとしてリリースできたので、そう言ってもらえるとすごい嬉しいです。
So, in the finale, we wanted it to be as exciting as we could make it. And one thing that we did to try to make it exciting was that with Alexander, the story being about time, and the story being about him able to stop time, we thought that if he can do this in the story, then he's going to have to do it in the battle, so you can get that feel of, you know, that he really can stop time. And so implementing that time-stopping feature within the battle was very, very difficult. We brought in the scenario team, the monster team, the battle team, and we all worked together to get something that felt that it really should be there, and so that the players could feel that, okay, this isn't just a plot, something to move the plot, it's actually something that exists in Alexander.
まあこれらの経験を生かして、昨日発表した 4.0 から始まる新しいレイドもテンション高くプレイしてもらえるように作っていきたいなと思います。
The biggest thing is that we learned a lot making Alexander, and we plan to take all of that experience and use it for the new raids that we have planned for 4.0 and making something very, very exciting and even better than Alexander.
ちなみに一番苦労したのは天道編3層で、まあ、ボスの上に飛び乗って QTE をやるでしょ。
And so probably we asked what was the most difficult thing. It had to be that third turn where you have to use the QTE to get on the actual boss.
ちなみにQTE で飛び降りれなくて死んじゃった人。
How many people died, fallen off because you couldn't get the timing right?
いないよね、意外と。
Not very many fell off, yeah?
あれでも開発でテストプレイしてる頃はものすごいタイミングがシビアで、初めて行った日は 100% 飛び降りれなくて死ぬっていう状態だった。
When we were still in our testing phase, basically when we had our internal tests with the dev team, it was pretty much 100% of the time everyone would fall off. They couldn't get the timing.
でボタンをね、マウスクリックするやつ、ゲームパッドで必死にボタンを押すやつ、キャンセルボタンを押すやつ、いろんな人が結局焦って押すから。でも最初のうちはすごい判定がシビアだったんだけど、もう最後とにかくキーボードでもマウスでもゲームパッドでもボタンじゃなくて十字キーでも何かインターフェースから入力があったら全部飛び降りるようにしろっていう話をして。
So basically what we had originally was a lot of different ways to jump off. Like, for example, you would have, okay, you had to press the X button, or you have to click this button, or you have to do this. And it would be a lot of different things, and people just couldn't find it in time. So basically we changed that as long as you press any key, whether it be the circle, the X, the directional button, as long as you press a key, you're going to jump off.
で、最後プログラマーから質問が来て、チャットの入力はどうしますか？チャットを入力しても飛び降りるようにしますかって言われたので、チャットはいいかなって。
And then finally, the programmer came to us like, so even if they're like inputting chat, you want them to jump off when they put in like a chat as well? And he said, no, not that.
叫び声で飛び降りるのはおかしいだろう。
Yeah, you yelling while you're jumping off.
まあそんな苦労をして作ったので、楽しんでもらえてれば幸いです。
But yeah, that was a lot of work, but I think we did a really good job, and so I hope you guys all enjoy it.
Did you guys enjoy it? Nice.
Yes.
All right, next question. I love the story in 3.4, but one thing has been a persistent issue in the story for me is the lack of acknowledgement of having leveled a healing class. As a healer main, I find it incredibly irritating when one of my companions is injured in the story and I'm not given the option of tending them myself. Is there any chance of us getting our class choices incorporated more into the story?
Alright. 私はヒーラーロールをメインにプレイしているので、メインクエストで仲間が負傷した際に魔法で治癒してあげたいといつも思っています。今後、自分のジョブによってストーリーの選択肢などが変化するような演出を導入する予定はありますか？
俺シファン。
ハシャファン I can save you! Praise!
まあこのフィードバックはたくさんいただいたので、次のストーンブラッドではいくつか、プレイヤーのジョブを見て選択肢が変わる処理を入れてます。
So yes, we've received a lot of feedback on this topic, and what we want to do for Stormblood is figure out a way to increase the number of options and story branches depending on your job.
ただ若干問題があって、この話をするってことは誰か怪我するのかな？
The problem is if you want this to happen, that means somebody's got to get hurt.
It's like a threat.
Who?
All right.
まあでもそうやってプレイヤーの皆さんのフィードバックはできるだけ受け入れていこうと思います。ただ誰かが途中退場するようなことがあってもレイズはできないと思います。
We're always looking for this type of feedback, and we got a lot of feedback on this, and this is one of those things where the feedback helped us change the way we wanted to do things. But in this topic in particular, we have one thing to say. If one guy, he needs to leave the storyline, you probably won't be able to cast Rays on him, so.
だってコージの世界では生きてるキャラが俺の世界で死んでたりするのはね、
Yeah, I
合わ
mean,
ないからね。
what we can't do is that, exactly. A lot of different players are playing, maybe because I was this job in this story, that person is living in my world, but that person is not alive in another person's world. We want to avoid that, so.
ただプレイヤーの皆さんがやりたい自分のキャラクターで何かしてあげたいと思うことは、まあ、できるだけ少しずつではありますけど叶えていこうと思います。
But definitely, we want to implement something where the player's job actually plays a role in the quest decisions.
Nice. All right, up next. Dark Knight's Unleash effect was adjusted to cancel auto attacks in both PvP and PvE content. But I would like this to be reconsidered for PvE content. Do you have plans to make any further adjustments to this skill?
Okay. 暗黒騎士のアンリーシュの効果が PvP コンテンツに合わせて調整されましたが、オートアタックが切れる効果は PvE でも発動します。PvE では以前と同じ感覚で使用したいのですが、今後さらに調整を加える予定はありますでしょうか？
これパッチ 3.4 リリースして暗黒騎士たくさんの人からフィードバックをいただきました。
Yes, on this issue as well, we received a lot of feedback from around the world.
まあそもそもその PVP においてアンリューシュにバインドの効果をつけたので、オートアタックをそのまま続けてしまうとせっかくつけたバインドを自分のオートアタックで壊してしまうので、オートアタックが一時停止するっていう現状仕様になってます。
Because on the Unleash effect, we added the bind effect, we decided that if the auto attack was still on, you get the bind effect, but if the auto attack is continuing, then the bind will go off, and we wanted to avoid that.
で一回これフォーラムの方で仕様だっていうふうに回答したそうなんですが、パッチ 3.4 で、PVP はオートアタックが停止、 PVE は、今まで通りの操作感に戻るように、パッチ 3.45 で調整を入れてますんで、もうちょっとお待ちください。
Before on the forums, I mentioned that this was not going to change. However, after consideration, we've decided that at the timing of patch 3.45, PvP will stay the same, auto attack will be canceled, but in PvE it's going back to the way it was.
すいません、ちょっとバタバタしちゃって。
I'm sorry about that.
Okay. Why are squadrons restricted to one mission every 18 hours, even if you have enough members to send out 2 groups of 4?
攻略手帳を頑張って小隊のメンバーがようやく8人になりました。せっかくなので小隊を2組同時に任務に派遣したいのですが、今後できるようになりますか？
It's great practicing the primals.
It
Perfect.
took me 20 years to get that down.
かなり複雑なパラメータコントロールやってるので、すぐには難しいですけど、技術的には可能なので、折を見て招待コンテンツはこれからもアップデートしていくので、そのフィードバックも前向きに受けようと思います。
Doing that, the parameter control on that is very difficult, and so doing that would take a lot of work. It's a good idea, and it's system-wise, it's not impossible. But we have a lot of other updates planned for squadrons in the near future, and so I'm going to take this back to the development team and talk it over with them, and we'll think about it.
ただ今開発チームではその招待コンテンツに次のアップデートとして、開発をスタートさせているのが、メンバーから3人選んでプレイヤーの皆さん、光の戦士と一緒にダンジョンへ行って訓練をするっていうフィーチャーを今開発しようとしているので、やれたとしても多分その後とかになってくると思います。
And speaking of dungeon content, I mentioned that the development team is working on updates to it. One of the updates that they're currently working on right now is choosing 3 of your squadron members to join you, the Warrior of Light, on actual dungeon quests. And so once we finish that, then we'll consider adding new features.
そうですね、あまりAI が面倒なコントロールにならないようにしながらなので、結構大変なんですけど、なんとか実現しようとしてますので。
I mean, we're working on, making it so it's not too complex to get into. The AI and working that is the thing that's really taking a lot of time right now. We want to make sure that it's perfect.
ただ全部のダンジョンは無理です。
But we can't promise that they'll be able to go into all dungeons.
なぜなら、プレイヤーがモンスターに食べられた瞬間、多分あいつら助けてくれないと思うんだよね。
So, some of the dungeons, when the player gets swallowed up by a certain monster, your 3 squadron guys will probably just go home. And so,
なので比較的ギミックの少ないダンジョンからチョイスして実装していくことになると思います。
so probably the first dungeons that you'll be able to take squadrons through are ones that don't have as many gimmicks as the others.
ただ開発チームに言ってるのが、サスタシャはもう嫌だっていう話をしてる。
And but what I've told the dev team is that no more Sastasha, no more.
All right. This is one of the hottest questions on the forums. Why is the dueling circle called a circle if it's really a square?
何？いいよ、一応日本のために言って。俺は分かったけど。
He's making me translate this into Japanese. So, 英語では、個人演習場の名称はデュエリングサークルですが、実際の部屋が四角です。もしかしてこれから部屋が拡張されたりしますか？
デュエルスペースって四角だよな。
Yeah, the dueling space is a square. Square. And but
英語だと
the English is dueling circle. Yeah.
Why?
That's a great question. Funny story. Actually, no, I don't know if it's that funny. We decided, again, in Final Fantasy XIV, at least in the English version, we like to use a lot of stuff from history, like to use a lot of older English terms that aren't very modern. We go out of our way to make sure we don't use modern terms. And so dueling circles are something that have existed in history for, thousands of years. The men would, soldiers would bring up their shields and make a circle for the two men to fight. Dueling circle. And so we decided that, yes, it's a square, but dueling circle, it sounds good. Well, and also, guys, in the gold saucer has a round square. Why can't we have a square circle, right? Gold saucer, round square でしょ？四角い丸サークルでもいいんじゃないですか。
はあ。ごめんごめん。デュエリングリングじゃダメだったの？
Yeah, that might have worked.
Ring? No.
Fight.
That's, yes?
Maybe.
君がそういうことするからさ、今後アップデートしなきゃいけなくなるんだよ。
It's my fault that we have to update it and add a circle now? お願いします。
まあ、分かった。デュエルチームというか、PVP チームに伝えとくよ。
Okay, he's going to take it back to the PV team. We're going to get a circle, please.
ああ、工事のせいで仕事増えたな。
It's my fault that everybody has to do all this extra work now?
なんで嬉しそうなんだよ。
Back, can you go to 6?
All right, you ready?
Yeah,
Yeah.
number 6 is good.
Okay. Skip it, right?
Yeah, number 6.
Skip number 6.
6, no, go to number 6.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
It's fun to see a recruit's reason for wanting to join your squadron and details where they originate from. However, after enlisting them, when you try to talk to them, it only displays their stats. It would be nice if you can talk with them, even if it's just a little bit.
OK。志願兵ごとに、志願理由や出身地が設定されているのが楽しいです。しかし、入隊後に話しかけてもステータスが表示されるだけで少し味っ気ない気がします。少しでいいので彼らと会話させるようになると嬉しいです。成長度合いでセリフが変化することも楽しいと思いますよ。いや。Me too. Me too. Oh, so much text.
Yeah. ここは実は開発チームでもかなり議論したところではあります。
This issue actually discussed a lot amongst the development team when creating this content.
で、一回洗い出しはしたんだよね。テキスト、もしそのメンバーごとに性格の違うテキストを用意して。また面白いことを言ってくれるようなテキストをこうリストにしてみたら、おお。ね、
Yeah, and internally we did an estimate of how much text we thought was going to be needed to do this, to have them say different things, have each person say something different, and the list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
そしたら実装がね、来年になりそうだっていう話になっちゃったんだよね。
And after we, did our internal check to see how long it would take to do all this text and do all of the development for it, they said we probably wouldn't get the squadrons in until 2017.
いやなのでもちろんリクエストは分かってるので、なんとかパッチの合間で少しずつね、増やしていけたらとは思います。
However, we do know that a lot of players do want this feature, and so we hope to maybe add a little bit at a time over the next few patches.
頑張ってね。
Yeah, it's job security, so it's good.
ただストーンブラッド遅れたらダメだよ。
Oh yeah, I can't let it get in the way of my Stormblood work.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. The
Okay,
new Chocobo-themed housing is very cute. However, I love the Moogle-themed housing I'm currently using. I feel it's a waste that it gets destroyed when I change the exterior of the house. Would it be possible to keep the exterior housing items we've used once and then be able to use them whenever we want?
Okay. 新たに実装されたチョコボー外装がとっても可愛いです。しかし、今使っているモーグリ外装も気に入っているので、外装変更で消滅してしまうのがもったいないです。一度入手した階層をいつでも再設定できるような素晴らしい機能を追加する予定はありますでしょうか
できたらいいね。
That would be great if we could do that, huh?
ハウジングのデータは、できるだけたくさん家を建てられるように、できるだけ小さくしてるせいで、現在、家がどんな姿をしてるかっていう西部領域を1個しか持ってないので、以前何だったかとか、なんだろう、もう1個予備を取っておくみたいな処理は正直今のところ予定がないです。
Currently, our housing data, we have a limited amount of housing data. And so to make sure that we have and can offer the players as many houses as possible, we have to restrict the amount of data for housing to one save slot. So it's very difficult to save, it's impossible right now to save data from a previous, something that you did previously.
今とにかくハウジングチームは新しいハウジングエリアを作るために全てのコストを投入しているので、その後、昨日もちょっとプリーズルック
家具の拡
張フォワードイットの質問で話しましたけど、パッチ 4.0 のその新しいハウジングゾーンができて、家の中に置けるオブジェクトの数、今200個の制限がもっと増やせた後であれば可能かもしれない。
So, as you all know, the housing team is currently working on adding that new residential area for Stormblood. And currently what they're doing, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday at the Please Look Toward to It panel, about how one thing they're concentrating on as well is trying to increase the number of furniture slots. And so once we have the new areas created, the furniture slots expanded, then we'll think about implementing something like this where things can be saved rather than losing them.
ただそんなセーブできない状態で悪いんだけど、新しいハウスができるんだわ。
And so we talked, I know we just said, oh, I don't want to lose my Moogle stuff and I don't want to use my but, there's now a new reason to delete that stuff because we have a new...
カメラ抜けてるこれ。
Can we see this? Is this showing up out on the sides? Okay, cool.
S size?
Oh, it's nice.
M size?
Oh. What?
Large size. もし気に入ってくれたらチョコボハウス壊してこっち作ってくれ。
If you like this, please destroy your Chocobo house.
All right, this is also a very hot topic. We covered it a bit yesterday, but let's go over it again for everybody who's watching globally. What's the status of the Eggy Glamour system? It was announced for 3.4 later, but we want to make sure this hasn't been forgotten.
OK、召喚師のエギのミラプリについて、進捗を知りたいです。インタビューでパッチ 3.4 移行とおっしゃっていたので、かなり期待は高まっています。
これも昨日の、なんだろう、Q&A セッションで答えましたけど、今日プロデューサーレターライブで世界中の方が見てるので、もう一回同じ質問ではありますけど回答しますね。
Like I said, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but because we have a lot of people that weren't with us yesterday for the stream, and we feel this is a very important issue, we'd like to cover it again.
現在作業を行っていて、実装のめどがかなり立ってます。
So currently development is underway, and we pretty much have our plans to get it implemented very soon.
そのエギの姿を、別のエギに切り替える、エギのミラージュプリズムと呼んでた仕組みが、間に合えばパッチ 3.5 でリリースできる予定です。
So basically, this system of changing your Eggy's appearance, the Eggy Glamour system, if everything goes as planned, it's going to be ready for patch 3.5.
スタートはまずカーバンクルを、タイタンや、ガルーダ それからイフリートにコピーするっていう能力を、実装する予定です。
We're going to start with just Carbuncle and getting Carbuncle to maybe change into colors, maybe into Titan, maybe into Garuda.
ずいぶん最近アルフィノとかね、ウリエンジェとかがカーバンクル結構使ってるけど、プレイヤーの皆さんずいぶん長い間カーバンクル使ってないと思うので、カーバンクル可愛がってあげてください、まずは。
So, I mean, in quests, Alfino and Urianger have been using their carbuncles recently, but not a lot of players have got a chance to use their carbuncles. So, this will be a great chance to bring them out.
まあその後順次、ラムーだったりセフィロトだったりっていう、絵技も追加していく予定です。
And then after that, in future updates, we hope to add even more of these glamours, such as Ramu or Sephiroth.
All right. Up next, duels are great, but can the cooldowns be reset after each duel to make it easier to have several duels in a row?
フレンドと一緒にデュエルを毎日楽しんでいます。サークルでね。
サークルでね。
in the circle.
In the circle, yes.
で、何度も連戦したいので、デュエル終了後にアクションのリキャストがリセットされるように検討していただけませんか？
I will positively look into it.
Alright.
そのリクエストはすごいよくわかります。
I mean, I know where these guys are coming from.
まあ、なのでただちょっとそれを悪用してスキルリセットできないようにちょっと慎重にはなりますけど慎重に実装できるように頑張ります。
Of course, we want to be careful to make sure that this can't be used as a cheat, but it's definitely something that we want to look into.
なので超前向きに。
So yes, definitely, we're going to positively.
Yeah.
All right. This is another one that we covered yesterday, but we should cover again for everybody watching. The Savage Creator gear is undieable, except for the weapons. Why is this the case when the previous two tiers of Savage gear was dieable?
これも昨日に上がった質問ですが、天道編霊式の報酬装備は、これまで霊式装備と異なり染色ができません。抜刀時のギミックがとても凝っているので気に入っているのですが、染色できない理由があれば知りたいです。
染色できなかった理由はコストです。
The main reason is basically the cost that it would have cost our resources. We didn't have enough resources.
今回貴公女アレキサンダーシリーズから、レイドは同じノーマルの報酬と、サベージの報酬って同じデザインなんですけどサベージの方色を変えられるっていう、差別化をしてきたんですけどデザインを変えてほしい少しでもいいからっていうのが世界中からいただいたフィードバックだったので今回天道編でできるだけそのベースは一緒ですけどできるだけこの2つのデザインの違いを出そうという方にコストを回した結果色を変えるコストがなくなってしまったっていうのが理由です。
And what we mean by that we didn't have enough resources to do that is that for the Alexander cycle, one thing that we've been doing for the first two parts of the Alexander cycle, Gordius and Midas, was that for the normal version you would have undieable drops, and then in the Savage would be dieable drops. We got a lot of feedback from our users stating that not just dieable, but they want the design to be a little bit different. So we decided for the third and final leg of Alexander that we would have the design be different. That we would take the base, and the base would be the same, but we'd have the design be a little bit different. By doing that, we had to use all of our resources to changing the design and didn't have enough time left to handle the programming system-wide that would allow for die.
ただ、まあ日本に戻ったらキャラクターモデリングチームに、まあ、このフィードバック本当に世界中からいただいたのでどこかのタイミングでなんとかならないのって聞いてはみます。
But This is an opinion that we've gotten from users all around the world recently. And so after this FanFest, I'm going to go back to the team and take it to them and see if there's something that we can do, if we can't get that dying in there as well.
でもキャラクターモデリングチームの名誉のためにちょっと言っときますけど
However, the character modeling team, again, they are proud and they have, they're proud of their work.
彼らもシーズナルイベントの報酬とかたくさんの装備作んなきゃいけなくて大変なんです。
And they want to give players what they want, but with all of that seasonal event gear and all of those special event gear,
Yeah.
they have a lot of work. And
例えば
some of
ね
this gear,
例えばねこ
for
うい
example,
う
this type of gear. Oh,
やつとか
oh.
これねでもね俺キャラクターチームからよこせって言ってもらってくるときに1点だけ注意がありますって言われたのね。
Okay, so when you said that you were going to show this here today, the character team said, okay, one thing, you can show it, but one thing.
このボトムパンツと靴はないです。
There are no pants or boots?
いえ上半身だけ。
Oh, so only going to get the top?
なんでかっていうと下はコーディネートしてもらった方が多分かっこいいから。
Okay, so letting the players coordinate the bottom and the shoes themselves will probably make something better. So we're only going to be providing the top.
いえ実際これもう実装されてるも
Oh,
のなので
so those pants
下はね。
and shoes and the boots are things that are already in the game. So,
なのでぜひコーディネートをしてください。
okay, so yes, this will allow players to coordinate themselves and make something, a combination that they enjoy.
これはハロウィンって言っちゃダメなんだよな次のシーズナル
It's not Halloween in Eorzea.
まあ間もなく実装されます
It should be in the game very soon.
あとマウントフライングマウントも作ってるんだけど
They made a flying mount as well.
椅子です
It's a chair. Flying chair.
この服はついてきません椅子です
We're just talking about the chair here. You don't get that uniform.
まあ去年ほうきだったんで今年は椅子に乗って空を飛ぶんだそうです
So last year it was riding a broom. This year it's riding a chair.
でこの座り方はまだ開発中だそうです
And the way she's sitting is very unique, but this is still under development.
なので実装された時この座り方じゃなくても怒んないでねって
And so when it's actually implemented in the game and you're not sitting like that, please don't send us any bug reports. It's still under development.
あとはまあ性防災
Oh, and then we have this event. Oh, this is cute.
これ去年の性防災のオフィシャルアートにこのデザイン描かれてたんですけど実装された服がこのデザインじゃなかったんだよ
So at last year's Starlight Celebration, this design was in the artwork that we had released for the promotion.
Lodestone and
But what was actually implemented in the game wasn't this.
なので今年実装することにした
Finally, it's getting in. So the artwork from last year, we've made it into the game.
まあなのでキャラクターチーム本当たくさんのデザインプレイヤーの皆さんにお届けするために頑張ってますので昨日も声援いただきましたけどぜひ日本のチームに声援を送ってあげてください
All right, I mean, our character team is working very, very hard to create all of these great equipment, great weapons. And so to show them our appreciation, let's give them a big hand.
ありがとうございます Thank you
all right. Alexander Savage has been killed in less than 2 days, while Gordius and Midas lasted longer. How does this make the dev team feel? Does that mean that maybe we'll have changes to the rating system from 4.0 on, with, for instance, a third difficulty tier?
天道編の霊式はこれまでの霊式と比較してプレイヤーの攻略速度がかなり速いと思います。以前吉田さんが次のアレクサンダー霊式は律動編よりは優しめにするという旨の発言をされていましたし、この攻略速度は開発チームの想定通りです。
ワールドファーストの、ワールドファースト、セカンド、サードぐらいまでは ほぼ完璧に想定通りのクリア時間でしたね。
So basically that, the world first, second, and about third, that timing was pretty much what we had expected.
なんかメッセージボードを見たらワールドファーストの FC 今日来てます？
When I looked at that message board back there, it seems like the world first team is actually here. Are they here? Are you guys here today? The guys that... I hear a...
I hear a yell in the back.
アングリードいる？ああ、Congratulations! まあでもね、想定通りって言ってまあ確かに2日ですけど48時間だからね。
I mean, yes, it was 2 days, and that's what we'd expected, but 2 days, there's 48 hours in 2 days.
寝てないんだよ。
They're not sleeping.
いや、
48 hours.
日本には昔有名な人がゲームは1日1時間っていう名言を残していてね。
So in Japan, there was a famous person that once left us a famous quote said, "Games, you play 1 hour a day."
そしたら48日かかってるね、クリアまで。
And so basically, it would take him 48 days to clear Alexander.
まあでも彼らはスペシャルだと思う、本当に。
But these guys are really, really special.
いや、だから難易度の想定としては今回はそのワールドファーストの人たち基準であまり数字をつけすぎてみんながクリアできないっていうよりはレイドレースも楽しんでもらった上でできるだけ多くの人がチャレンジした人が時間はかかったとしてもどんどんクリアできていくっていう難易度にしたつもりなのでその点も今たくさんの人にサベージプレイしていただいてるんで想定通りかなとは思います。
So basically, our main concept was not to make it so hard so that we could make trouble for these top teams. We were looking more at having as many players as possible experience the great story of this final part of Alexander. And so we created something that, yes, the top tiered teams might have finished quicker, but more people are actually getting into it and actually being able to experience it.
ただ次のレイドの難易度に関してじゃあ今の天道編のサベージと同じような状態になるかっていうとちょっとなんだろう例えが難しいです。
But then to say, okay, so is the next high-end raid, the one that we have planned for Stormblood, is it going to be the same level of difficulty as this final leg of Alexander? It's going to be kind of hard to explain.
例えばまたレベルキャップが70になり新しいジョブアクションが追加されてまあ昨日もストーンブラッドの基調講演でお話しましたがバトルシステムいくつか変更入ります。アクションにも変更が入るのでより使いやすくなったジョブでコンテンツにアタックしていただくのでなんだろうコンテンツの難易度を単純に比較するのが難しい。
But what's going to happen with Stormblood, as we saw yesterday in the keynote, was that there'll be a new level cap at 70. There will be many new actions. There will be all of the changes that we have planned for revamping the battle system. And so when players actually go into these battles, they're going to be going into it in a different place than they are going into these battles now. So it's going to be very hard to very difficult to compare the 4.0 raids to the raids that we have now.
ただまあ仮に難易度クリアのスピードを今と同じぐらいにしたとしてもよりもっと難しいものが欲しいっていう選ばれた人たちだけ戦うようなコンテンツって何か提供できるように頑張りたいねという話はしてるのでレイドはその8人であるレイドはレイドそれとまた別に何かやれないかという話はしてるので決まったら話せたらいいなとは思います。
However, even if it turns out that the difficulty level of the Stormblood high-end raids is similar to what we have in Heaven's Word, we are considering adding something maybe for those chosen few who need that extra challenge. And so thinking of an extra high level. So currently we want to have the level for the 8-man raid so everyone can experience it, but then maybe something a little bit extra.
前の方にいる人たち難しいの大好きなんだよね。
I mean, these guys in the front, you guys like the pain, don't you?
まあでもいろんな人に、今後も楽しんでもらえる、レイド作りをしていきたいなとは思います。
Okay, yeah, we definitely want to make something that is fun for everybody, and that means the top high-end players and the mid players as well.
もう一度せっかくなので、レイドのワールドファースト争いに参加したチームに拍手を。
Okay, and let's have one more hand for the world first team right back there, dude. Yeah, guys.
16?
Yeah, number 13 is fine.
Okay. All right.
10
Good. We're good. We're good on time. Okay.
Go.
I like the concept behind the Wondrous Tales books, but the RNG required to get higher level rewards seems to be a little too random. Would you ever consider giving us the ability to spend some number of second chance points to move a sticker from one location to another to give the players a little more control over whether they get a certain reward or not?
OK。これ、黒の空想帳を楽しくプレイしてますが、今は、リトライとシャッフルで、2つの、チャンスポイントの使い道があるんですけど、やっぱりどうしても最後の1個なかなかそのシールがそのステッカーが貼らないから自分が欲しい、アイテムは手に入らない。なので、3つ目の、チャンス、例えばチャンスポイントをたくさん使って意図的に1つのシールを、好きなところに入れられる新しい、まあ、チャンスを追加する。No.
まあ気持ちはわかる。
Yeah, I understand why someone would want this.
でもスクラッチをするときにアンドゥしないでしょ。
Yeah,
できないよね。
When you have your, your lottery scratch cards, you can't undo that.
で、それができない。なかなか揃いそうで揃わないから、あれだけ豪華な報酬を僕ら計算して用意しているので。
It's because you can't get that final circle in the place you want it so easily that we're able to offer such great prizes.
もし、自分の好きなところのシールを貼れるんだとしたら、あんなに豪華な商品が出せなくなっちゃう。
If we did add something like this, where you're able to move or put a seal wherever you wanted it, then basically we couldn't have as great a prizes because everyone could get them.
まだパッチ 3.4 実装されて黒の空想帳3週目かな？
I mean, it's only been 3 weeks since the release of Wondrous Tales, so
まだ3回しかやってないんだよね。
you've only done this 3 times.
もうちょっと長い期間楽しんでほしいな。
Please play a few more times. Play a little bit more.
まあ気持ちはわかるんだけど、ね。
I mean, I understand why you would want this.
ただイエスかノーかって聞かれたら No.
But if asked yes or no, no. All right. 16? 16?
From the apartments, for the apartments, would it be possible to add a window or balcony where we can see the outside view? Each apartment complex looks like high-res apartments, and they look amazing. So I would like to enjoy the view from above.
アパートメントの部屋に外の景色が見えるような窓やベランダを追加することはできますか？どの都市のアパートメントも高層マンションのような素敵な見た目なので、そこからの景色も楽しみたいです。もし難しいなら共有スペースとして屋上を設置するとかはどうでしょうか？
それ Too many questions. ですね、窓のなんて言ったらいいのかな。何を言っても開発チームに怒られそうな気がするな。
I mean, Windows, I mean, it doesn't matter what I say. I'm going to get, the dev team's going to hate me for this. They're going to kill me.
窓の外の景色をなんとなく作って、まあ、もっと 多分ねもっと明るくしたいんだとは思うんですよ部屋を。
So I think it's probably a lot of people just want to make the rooms a little bit brighter, have that sunlight come in.
なのでなんとなくの外の景色が窓の外にあるっていうのは作れるような気がする。
So if that's what you guys need, I mean, I think we can probably do something where we can make it appear that you're looking outside. I think that's probably possible, that you can look out your window and see the outside. Probably.
でその共有スペースの屋上が欲しいっていう話だよね。
Yeah.
で
The roof
屋上もね多分作れはすると思うんですよやれば。今エントランスが共有スペースであるように空の見える屋上も作れるとは思うんですよね。
And as for the rooftop space, that's probably also doable. We already have the entrance area that's shared. And so making another area that's like a rooftop is not impossible.
ただし but
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 だから上から、まあ、窓でもそのバルコニーでも上から下をアパルトメントの下を見てお工事来た Hey 工事っていうのはできない。
But if you want to actually look out your window or look off the roof or off your veranda or balcony and actually see someone walking in the area like, hey, Koji, hey, and wave, that's probably impossible.
なぜならあんなにたくさんの部屋別のエリアとして家を作ってあるので
And why can't we do that? System-wise, basically all those rooms that are in the apartment are in a different area that's just full of rooms.
夢を壊してごめんね。
Sorry that all of you that thought that you're actually there in that area. You're not. You're in a different area.
ただその外を見てる雰囲気とか、みんなで屋上に上がって花火を上げようみたいなことは努力はしていきたい。
But to get that feel that when you're in your room, when you look outside, that you're actually in that area, or maybe going on the roof with a bunch of friends and, you know, one night setting off fireworks, that's something that's actually a really good idea, and we're going to think about it.
そうですね、まだアパルトメントのシステムは実装されて始まったばかりなので、これからまた4.x シリーズでアップデートしていくときにぜひ今の意見は前向きにトライしていきたいなとは思います。
I mean, we've just added the apartment system, and we're still making tweaks on it. And then we have our Stormblood work. But once Stormblood is out, and we're deciding what changes we want to make with the apartment system, it's definitely these are two things that we'd like to think about for 4.x.
ハウジングチーム怒んなきゃいいな。ハウジングチーム怒ってなきゃいいな。
Yeah, hopefully the housing team isn't mad at me. It's okay. It's okay.
all right, with the introduction of apartments, we'll be seeing the addition of airship workshops to apartments or private housing in the future.
OK。個人ハウスやアパートメントの地下工房を追加する予定はありますか？一人でもエアシップボイジャーをプレイしたいです。
No これも気持ちは分かります。
Again, I understand where you're coming from on this.
ただ地下工房というシステムはフリーカンパニーのために作ったシステムなので
But this workshop, this airship workshop, is something that we created specifically for free companies.
フリーカンパニークラフトっていうもののアップデートもまた行っていきますがシステムをやっぱり個人ハウスに持ってってしまうとまた結局フリーカンパニーでやることがなくなってしまったりフリーカンパニーで集まるきっかけにならなくなったりみんなバラバラの家に住むようになったりしてしまうので今のところその予定はないです。
We plan on continuing to update the company crafting content And we really enjoy now that company crafting is something that you can do with your free company. If this is able to do by solo players in their own houses, then it takes away one of those things that you can do with your free company. It takes away that time that your free company can get together and join and play in one house, talk together, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to take that away from the free companies, and so currently we're not thinking.
まあなのでその個人ハウスにそのエアシップボイジャーを実装するコストがあるならフリーカンパニーのアップデートに使いたいと思います。
So rather than using a lot of resources on creating a system that will allow for a workshop in a house that's only owned by one person, we'd rather use that resource to update even more free company content and add more free company content.
All right, next question. I feel that the quality has improved for events and instance battles. Is there anything in particular in which you have made improvements to or taken special care of since the release of Heavensward?
最近以前にも増してイベントやインスタンスバトルの演出のクオリティが上がっていると感じています。パッチ 3.0 以降、開発する際に特に気をつけていることや工夫していることがあれば教えてください。
そうですね、特に 3.x シリーズに突入した時から開発チームに言っていたのが、僕ら例えばですけどインスタンスダンジョンを作る時っていうのは、絶対に迷わないようにプレイヤー同士がはぐれてしまっていやいやそっちじゃないよそっちに行ってもどうせ何もないよみたいな風になるぐらいだったら迷わないように作ってでアラガントームストーンのために周回することになるので、まあ、20分から16分ぐらいでクリアできるようにって言ってレベルデザインをしてます。これは 2.x 時代から基本的には変わってない。
So basically, for 3.0, what I've been telling 3.0 and the 3.x patch series, what I've been telling the dev team is that for instance dungeons, one of the most important things is we don't want the parties to get lost. We don't want parties being split up. And also, we want to make sure that because most of these instant dungeons, these quests going into the instant dungeons are going to be for getting tomestones, and players are going to be doing them multiple times, we want it to be something that can end in about 20 minutes.
ただし当然同じコンセプトで作っていると同じようなダンジョンにどうしてもなってきてプレイヤーの皆さんにも新鮮さがどんどんなくなっていく。せっかく新しく実装された ID なのにまた同じような展開だっていうふうになってしまうので。
But the problem is using this concept over and over again, it means that all the dungeons start seeming the same, and for players, the adventure starts getting stale.
3.x シリーズからはそのいろいろなダンジョン、これはアライアンスレイドも含めてですけど演出面それから驚ける要素っていうのをとにかく工夫して実装していこうっていうのを合言葉にやってきたのでそれが特にパッチ 3.4 なんかはうまくできたんじゃないかなと思います。
So with the 3.x series, we've tried really hard to, with each dungeon, add something that's unique, make it flashy, make it exciting, so we can keep the players' excitement level up there. And that's something I think that, especially with 3.4, that we're able to do with a lot of our dungeons.
パッチ 3.5 で予定しているマハのアライアンスレイドのマハの最終レイドこれもかなりコストをかけて驚いてもらえるように作っています。
For example, with patch 3.5 and the last leg of Mach, the 24-man raid, we are currently using a lot of resources to make this something that will definitely surprise all of our fans.
かなりスタートからちょっと驚いてもらえるんじゃないかな。
I mean, we hope to surprise and bring in everybody right from the get-go.
最初は言ってもいいのかな？いいかな？
Is it okay to say he's checking to see if the battle guys are around, see if it's okay to actually tell them what's going on.
PR チーム耳塞
PR team, we need our PR team to hold their ears. We're not going to say anything bad. Don't worry. PR team is okay. We're good.
最初はみんなエアシップの上で バトルがスタートします。
So basically, with patch 3.5, that first leg of Monk, it's going to be, you're going to have a battle on an airship.
ただし
But,
足を滑らせて落ちないように気をつけてください。
yeah, be careful not to fall.
また最後のボスもかなり凝って会場に来てるミスターオズマが作ってるんで、
And the last boss is going to be awesome because guess who's making it? Mr. Ozma.
パッチ 3.5 でしっかりアライアンスレイドもアレキサンダーに負けないフィナーレを迎えられるように楽しんでもらえるように現在開発中なので楽しみにお待ちください。
Yes. We want our 3.5 24-man Alliance raid to be just as exciting as Alexander was, and so we're working hard on it. I hope you guys really enjoy it. Please look forward to it.
All right, up next. In 3.4, there were several cutscene differences based on your progression of Coil. This is not the first time the dialogue has changed depending on previous quest completions, but these alternate scenes are never viewable in the unending journey. Would it be possible to make these scenes viewable in that journal, perhaps even if a player meets the requirements for the alternate scenes at a later date? The unending journey seems to have a way of checking achievements, so we're curious, because of the fact that 3.4 scenes are voice acted and took a good amount of work, and I greatly enjoyed them, it's a shame that they can't be rewatched.
Okay. つい最近やっと大迷宮バハムートをすべてコンプリートしました。しかしパッチ 3.4 の、メインクエストを進めたのはコンプリートする前だったので、アリーゼとの会話がどう変化するのか愛用の記項録で確認したいです。複数のパターンがあるイベントに関しては、愛用の記項録で全ての種類を確認できるようになりませんか？
すべての
全てだから全通りが見たいそうです。
なぜできないかから説明します。
So I'm going to start by explaining why we can't do that.
今旅の飛行録が見れるのは宿屋からなんですけど、
すいません。
宿屋でカットシーンをリプレイするんですけど、
So currently, you can rewatch quests in the inn with the unending journey.
あそこからプレイヤーの、セーブデータ、ストーリーライン上のセーブデータはチェックできるんですけど、それ以外のコンテンツをクリアしてるかどうかみたいなチェックができない作りになってしまってる。
So currently, the way that works is that system, the unending journey, can check the player's storyline save data, so how far they've progressed in the storyline, but it cannot check the actual content data, like which quests have been completed.
例えば大迷宮バハムート新生編を4層をクリアしている、クリアしていない、アリゼのセリフがこのクリアしているかしていないかで変わる場合、データは0番がクリアしてない、1番がクリアしてる、これをチェックするシステムが今ない。
So, for example, in the coil, you have whether it's completed or not. Whether it's completed, the data will be a 0. If it's not completed, it's a 0. If it is completed, it's a 1. And that data puts up the flags. Currently, the system that we have implemented with the unending journey can't check to see if it's a 0 or a 1.
なので現状を0番の方を全部強制的に参照するようになってしまってるので、現状見ることができないっていうのが現状です。
So basically, because it cannot detect that, we have to have something, so it's all loaded as zeros in there. So when you go to the unending journey, the completion data for all of those quests will be looked at as 0, whether you've completed it or not.
ただこれはクエストチームでもたびたび何とかしたいという声は上がってはいるので、ちょっとしばらくまた時間もらってしまうかもしれないですけど、何とかしたい項目の一つではあります。
However, our quest team is not satisfied with this current system either. And while it is probably going to be difficult to do, and we may need some time, it's definitely something that we want to look at and look into fixing.
あとよくある似たような要望として強くてニューゲームがやりたい。その全てのメインシナリオを白紙にしてもう一回メインシナリオだけやりたいみたいなリクエストも結構もらいます。
Another request, kind of similar to this that we get a lot, is that some players want to basically restart the game, but with their current strength. So clear all of the quest flags and start over.
ね、ほら、
Yes,
いるんだよ。
Yeah.
でもそうするとコンテンツも全部クローズするけど大丈夫です？
I mean, but if we did that, that means not just main scenario, that's everything. Everything would be back to zero. So you wouldn't have completed anything. Is that okay?
伝わってる？バトルコンテンツも全部クローズされるんだよ。メインシナリオクリア
All
してない。
battle content as well.
それでもいいんだ。
And that's good?
大丈夫かな？
Are you really? Really? Yes.
怖いけどな。
It's pretty scary. I don't know.
まあ QA チームがものすごい数チェックしなきゃいけなくなるんで、QA チームに帰ったら聞いてみます。どうって。
Basically, this is, if it's going to create work for anybody, it's going to be for our quality assurance team. They're going to have to check a lot of stuff again. So I'll take it back and ask the QA team.
ただ今僕の頭の中にQA チームのリーダーの嫌な顔が思い浮かんでる。
But what I can see right now in my mind's eye is that QA team lead just looking at me with this evil eye. Like, yeah.
まあ一応聞いてみます。
I will ask, but I think I know what he's going to say.
まあそういうストーリー周りのものに関しては14ストーリーを大事にしている MMO なので時間はかかるかもしれないですけど少しずつ改善していけるように頑張ります。
But again, we take pride in the fact that Final Fantasy XIV is a story-driven game, and we understand that a lot of players want to experience as much of that story as possible. And so making changes like this in the future is definitely something that we want to look into. Thank you.
Sophia's outfit is beautiful, so I would love to wear this on my own character. Are there any plans to implement this as an equipable item?
女神ソフィアの衣装が美しいので、ぜひ自分のキャラクターにも着せたいです。装備として実装する予定はありますか？
ソフィアのコスチューム
Yeah.
You didn't have to.
男性は着れなくていいよねさすがに。
I mean, maybe, yeah, maybe some Rugadin with the male Rugadin too.
待って。
Wait.
今はまだパックスイーストで注文されたバニースーツのメール版を作るのを優先してるから待ってよ。
So basically, currently we're working on making that bunny suit for our male characters. Remember PAX East? You said we'd do it? We're working on that. So let's get that out first.
お尻の部分は作り終わってたこの前
Oh,
見た
they already finished working on the ass.
いやまあもうちょっと時間か
Is
か
it
る
good?
いや
Yeah?
まあもうちょっと時間かかるけどね
Yeah, it'll take a little bit longer. We're getting there.
まああとはエッダのコスチュームも結構リクエストが多いので
We also get a lot of requests for the maybe an Edda costume as well.
まあ少しずつ対応してってるので
Yeah, a little at a time. A little at a time.
うんでも女神僕やるとは言ってないからね
But I haven't said we're gonna do Sophia yet. Not yet.
バニースーツやってから考えるよ
Well, bunny suit first.
いや
Yeah.
なんでそんなみんなバニースーツ着たいんだろう
Why does everybody want to wear a bunny suit?
着たいんだ
Yeah, they do.
分かった。まあまずはバニースーツだな。
Okay, we'll start with the bunny suit.
Yeah.
All right, moving along. Sophia's skin tone is different from the original character in FF6. Can you please let us know what's the lore behind this? Is there any other reason for this?
女神ソフィアの肌の色がオリジナルの FF6 と異なりますが、何か理由や設定があれば教えてください。
セクシーすぎたんじゃないかな。
It was too sexy?
でも晩神ってあれっていつの時代の晩神だっけ？女神。
The goddess, he asked what era the goddess was from. The goddess is from when the Alagans, around アラガン時代。
時代か。
So,
で、プライマルズ、14のプライマルズ、晩神はそれを呼び出した当時の人たちの思ってるものや祈ってるものや想像してるものが、まあ具現エーテルのクリスタルの力を使って具現化されてるので、多分当時の人たちがああいう肌の色が好みだったんじゃないかなっていう。
okay, so as a lot of you know, in Eorzean lore and primal lore, that the primals basically take upon the shape of the people that summon them, based on their beliefs, based on what they feel that that creature should look like. And so, probably back thousands of years ago, when Sophia was summoned and then trapped, basically, probably the people that were there in Mericidia believed her to be of that image, that color of skin.
その辺はロアブックには書いてないのかい？
Is that in the lore book? I don't know if we talk about Sophia's in the lore. We do talk about Mericidia and we do talk about primals and how they're summoned, but that's, I don't think
Right before Sophia.
it's in. 入ってないです。
入ってないんだ。じゃあ
この件に関しては。
この件に関しては、ね、
ソフィアの
他のは
他は
じゃあロアブック2作るときに書こうな。
Oh, so basically I have to put that in the second lore book. Ooh. First I got to do Stormblood. Stormblood.
Yes, yes.
All right, I think this may be our last question. I'm looking forward to patch 3.45 Deep Dungeon update. From what you can disclose right now, can you please give us any information on what we can expect?
OK。パッチ 3.45 でのディープダンジョンのアップデートが楽しみです。お話しできる範囲で、どんな内容が追加されるのか教えてください。
これまでいろんなところでそのパッチ 3.45 でのディープダンジョンのアップデートについてお知らせしてきましたので、ちょっと一回まとめますね、まず。
Okay, so in the past few weeks, I've been talking a lot about what type of updates we have in store for the Deep Dungeon in patch 3.45.
まず現在50回まで、存在してますが、これが200回までになります。
So first off, just to recap the things that I've talked about before, right now, Palace of the Dead, Deep Dungeon level up to basement level 50. This is going to be increased to level 200, 200th floor.
で、当然新しい武器のリワードが用意されてます。
So of course, with that, there's going to be new weapons.
新しいストーリーもあります。
And new stories as well.
新しいボスもいます。
New bosses.
ランキングが始まります。
And then, of course, there's the ranking.
ジョブ別のスコアを競ってもらうランキングが実装されます。
And then this ranking will be job-based, so you'll be competing with people of the same job.
まあそのスコアは何回までいけたかとか、まあどれぐらいのモンスターを倒したかとか、宝箱をいくつ開けたかとか、そういったものを総合スコアとしてランキングする、システムが始まるので、ぜひやり込みを目指すプレイヤーの方はですね、サーバーナンバーワンを目指して参加してほしいなと思います。
And so that ranking will be based off of a lot of different factors, such as what floor you were able to make it to, how much treasure, how much of the accursed hoard you were able to find, what bosses you defeated. And then you'll give you an overall score, and then that score is what you'll be competing with. And so we want players to really get into it and try to be number one on the server.
せっかくなのでスクリーンショットパワーポイント用意してあるのでちょっと見てみましょう。
All right, and then we've brought some PowerPoint slides to show you some of the new stuff that's going to go into the Deep Dungeon.
パワーポイントお願いし
All right,
ま
let's
す。
do the PowerPoint. Click.
あ、遅れってことあ、俺ああ、
There we go.
そうか、俺が送るのね。まず、新しい追加されたフロアのイメージです。
This is one of the newly added floors.
さらに、この見た目のフロアから先は地獄です。
So basically, from this floor is where hell starts.
よく4人でもっと難しいダンジョンくださいとかね、ライトパーティーのエクストリームとかサベージが欲しいですっていう人はチャレンジしてください。
Okay, so I know there's a lot of people out there, I hear it all the time. We need more difficult stuff for the foreman. We need, more like foreman savage dungeons. Those people, they should play this.
フェニックスの王は絶対に必要なので、
You need that Phoenix down. You will need it.
僕も実際ここ開発チームとしてプレイしましたけど、ひどかった。
I actually battle tested this myself and it was terrible.
気がついたら誰か死んでる。
I mean, you look away for 1 second and somebody's dead.
で気がついたら床 AE オレンジになってて。
I mean, you look away for 1 second, you look down again, and there's this big area of effect, burning circle on the ground, like, shit.
突然視線は飛んでくるし、
And then you got that eyes on you.
なのでこの辺行ったら本当に一歩ずつ慎重に。
When you get to this level, you're going to have to be very, very careful.
そしてこんな新しいボスがいた
And
り。
then, of course, we have some new bosses as well, like this one.
ここでですね、せっかくラスベガス来たので、このボスがどんなやつかのヒントをですね、サウンドでお届けしたいと思います。
So, as to who this boss is and his story, we brought you a little hint. We brought it in the form of some BGM.
ではまず1曲目お願いします。
Let's listen to the music.
さあ続けてもう1曲いきましょう。
All right, let's play the next track.
これほぼ答えなんだよね。
Pretty much, this is the answer. If you have heard this before, you know what this is from.
会場ってさ、ファイナルファンタジータクティクス
How many of you here?
で大好きな人たちいる？
How many of you here love Final Fantasy Tactics?
ファイナルファンタジー12は
What about Final Fantasy 12?
タクティクスオーガっていうゲームは
You
知ら
guys
ない
know about Tactics Ogre?
まあまあそれがヒントだな
That's your hint.
またちょっと不思議な体験を14でしてもらおうと思いますので
We have something very, very unique planned for Final Fantasy 14 with this.
まあタクティクスオーガをまだもし遊んだことのない、方がいればですね僕が、ゲームを作ることを、最もなんだろう最終的に人生の目標にするぐらい衝撃的だったゲームなのでぜひプレイをしてみてください。
I mean, for those of you out there who haven't played Tactics Ogre yet, definitely recommend that you play it. Tactics Ogre, for me, is one of the most perfect games out there. It's when I create games myself, that's what I aim for.
まあもともとファイナルファンタジータクティクスやベイグラントストーリーファイナルファンタジー12のゲームデザイナーである松野康美さんの作品なのでぜひトライしてみてください。
I mean, Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy 12, Vagrant Story is all, as well as Tactics Ogre, all done by the great Matsuno-san. He makes great games.
Yes 超名作。
This is one of the best.
まあそんなやつとの戦いを経てこんなところもあり
And
ま
then
す。
once you beat that boss, there's still more. And this is some of the lower dungeon levels as well.
ぜひこのベンチのあるフロアまで行けたらまあ座って記念写真をどうぞ。
If you can make it to this floor, be sure to sit on that bench and take a screenshot.
まあこの武器をまずは目指して頑張ってください。
Yes, these are some of the weapons that you'll be looking out for in the new levels.
そしてこれがランキングです。
And here's the ranking page.
まあパーティー用のランキングとソロ用のランキング、パーティーで潜った時のランキングとソロでアタックした時のランキングがジョブ別に分かれています。
So yes, we have both party ranking and solo ranking. It's split in those two, as well as split into each jobs.
なのでぜひですね、パッチ 3.45 を実装されたらランキング争いの方もチャレンジしていただけると嬉しいです。
Yes, we hope a lot of you will try this new content in patch 3.4 or 5 and try to get to number 1 or get on the ranking board.
はい。
Thank you.
まあ大体ディープダンジョン、死者の宮殿、パレス・オブ・ザ・デッドに関してはこんなところですかね。
So yes, that's pretty much all the information that we have for Deep Dungeon and Palace of the Dead.
All right, let's hear it.
大丈夫。言い残してないはず。言い残してないはず。うん。うん。
Okay, so do we have anything else?
Yeah, I think we have a few more things to show before we end the panel.
Special announcements? 重要なお知らせ。
があるの？
We do? You have the
あ、
power.
押せと。俺がよこせと。はい。
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks. Okay, so before we end, we want to talk a little bit about Koji's beautiful baby, the Encyclopedia Eorzea, the lore book.
Yes.
I know you're so
Thank you.
proud. It's like your son or the lore book, you have to choose.
Don't make me choose, man.
まあでもすごい会場の皆さんもたくさん買っていただいてありがとうございます。
Yes, thank you everyone who purchased it.
ワールドファーストですからね皆さん。
Yes, world first. Before Japan, before everyone.
Yeah.
So now, if you didn't have a chance, because it did sell out, I heard.
Sold out.
Congratulations.
販売しました。
あ、本当。
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. So if you didn't have a chance to purchase it here, as it says here, online store sales begin on Monday. So you don't have to wait too long, and you'll be able to get your very own lore book delivered to your house, unless your neighbor steals it, as Koji mentioned.
まあぜひ皆さん買っていただいた方はファンフェス終わったらそれぞれのコミュニティの人たちに本当にいいものだったよとか感想とかをまた SNS で発信してもらったり、我々にまたロアブックね、今後も作る参考にね、フィードバックをぜひください。
All right, yeah. Everyone that bought it, feel free to, show it to your friends, show it to your Link Shell or free company members, post pictures of it on Twitter or Instagram, get the word out. The more people that buy this one, the more motivation it will give us to make a next one.
あとは日本やね、ヨーロッパの皆さんはまだ手に取れてなくてそわそわしてると思うんで、今頑張って印刷してるので、もうちょっとお待ちください。
I know that our players in Europe and in Japan, they haven't had the chance to get it, and everyone wants to get their hands on it. So wait just a little bit longer. We're almost ready.
All right. Thank you, Koji. You're the best. All right, up next, we also debuted the Final Fantasy XIV official 2017 calendar here at FanFest. And for those, again, who weren't able to purchase it, make sure you check out the online store starting Monday, October 17th, to be able to purchase your own.
まあカレンダーのイラストも全て今回書き下ろしで、普段あまり見られない NPC たちの日常みたいなものをテーマにしたイラストになっているので、ぜひストームブラッドの発売日が発表されたら書き込んで、あと何日だって数えながらね、使ってください。
So basically for this official calendar, all of the art in this official calendar was drawn specifically for this calendar. You won't find it anywhere else. It's done by the art team. And we have a lot of great stuff in here that shows a lot of the NPCs in some different situations than regular quests. You can see them in their everyday life. So it's a very interesting taste of Eorzea. You can use this calendar to pretty much count down the days to Stormblood.
Early summer.
Early summer.
Don't worry, we cover all of them, so we're okay. Up next, we also debuted the Maester quality Odin figure here at Fan Festival. And if you weren't able to get it today, our pre-orders will begin again on Monday, October 17th. So for those of you who have been excited about it at home that are watching the stream, you'll be able to pre-order your Odin from the North American online store.
いや、これはもう僕も徹底的に監修した本当に非常に高いクオリティのフィギュアになっているので、ぜひPC の横にね飾ってプレイをしてもらえれば嬉しいです。
So when we were creating this, we wanted it to be the highest quality possible. I did several checks to make sure that that quality was up there. And I'm very proud of what we have here. Get one of these, set it right there next to your PC or console so you can watch it as you play.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys are all super excited for the Primals coming soon to the stage.
Okay, I got to go.
Not yet, not yet.
Wait.
Still have you for 2 minutes. But yeah, the second album, the arrangement album, Duality, will be coming soon, and it will be debuting on Wednesday, December 7th. And actually, this time, it'll actually include 2 bonus items, 2 exclusive Orchestrion rolls.
That's right.
まあデュアリティ、二面性ということで、ピアノアレンジ、昨日皆さん聴いていただきましたピアノアレンジの、数々の名曲とハードロックなプライマルズの曲が、両方楽しめる、ブルーレイディスクミュージックになってます。
So, with a name like Duality, we expect 2 types of music, and that's what you'll be getting with this CD. On one hand, you'll be getting piano arrangements like the ones that you heard yesterday's concert, as well as band arrangements from the Primals.
なので、ピアノは皆さん昨日聴きましたよね。
All right, so everybody, you got a taste of the piano yesterday.
素晴らしかった。
It was wonderful.
Yeah. 今日プライマルズを聴いて、
We got Primals today.
盛り上がったら買ってください。
Get excited for it, and then buy the CD.
きっとソケンが喜びます。
Yeah, the more you buy, the happier Soken gets.
ソケンの給料は増えないんだけどね。
But Soken's paycheck will not get any bigger, so.
Sorry, Soken.
でもソケンが頑張って作ったんでぜひ。
But yeah, Mr. Soken, he spent so much time and put so much effort into making this great. I've heard it, it's awesome.
All right. That wraps it up from the letter from the producer live. We did it.
90 minutes.
Yeah, we did it. Just the perfect amount of time. Ishida, are you ready for the primals tonight?
Primals, you ready?
Yes, of course.
Are you going to be in front? 一番前で見ます。
一番前に行きたいんだけど、なんかこうライブ中にサインしてとか言われると僕ねイラッとしちゃうんで。
I really want to stand in the front and be up there rocking with everybody. If I came to the front, like people are going to ask, "Oh, can I have your autograph?" And I don't want to punch somebody or
Show the stage! ってなるので、どっかでこっそり見てます。でもまあ興奮したら出てくるかもしれないけど。
I'll probably be in the back just rocking out, you know, in the shadow. But if it gets too excited, I probably will come in front. So.
なのでライブが始まったら僕を見かけても一緒にバンドを見ましょう。
So if you do happen to see me on the floor during the Primals concert, let's watch it together and rock together.
All right. We'll see you guys back here. 90 minutes.
In 9 minutes.
Primals.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
All right. Thank you guys. Let's round of applause for Yoshida and Koji Fox.